Hello, everyone. This is Vicky Bayford, and this is Tuesday Talks with Vicky Bayford. I just wanted to say hello to everybody and wait for a couple more people to get online. But what Tuesday Talks are is an opportunity for supporters and, possible people that just want to know about the Independence Party and members to reach out, get to know who we are as a party, get to know me. I'm the leader of the Independence Party of Alberta, and ask questions. I'm just going to speak a little bit today, and then I will give people the opportunity to ask me questions near the end. So I would ask that you just put your questions in the chat, and when we get to that portion, I will definitely start answering your questions. And if I don't have an answer for you, I promise I will let you know, and I will try and get back to you with an answer as soon as possible. So today, I actually just wanted to start out today to talk about one of the things that I feel is going to be a big concern, not only in the 2023 election, but even in our upcoming municipal elections around the province. So we have our municipal elections coming up in a couple weeks here, and in 2023 we obviously have our next provincial election. So there we have a lot of voter apathy, especially right now, and I completely understand why we have it, um, but it's trying to find the solutions on how we fix it. And I was really thinking about it. I've always been a very active voter. I've always been, as far as wanting to have my voice heard, I've always been one of those people that have always voted. But a lot of my friends have always felt either that the votes are rigged, or that there's just no point because it doesn't make a difference. And I would just like to say that I really truly believe people are wrong. And I think one of the things that we can do, especially as adults and especially as parents, those of us that are parents or even uncles and aunts, is we can start, when our children are young, about really teaching them about how they can use their voice and how important it is that they do. Um, we have to teach our kids how to argue slash debate properly. Again, we have to realize that we're not always going to have the same opinions, that we need to work through resolutions and get to a point where we can make decisions. And I think that's something that we've kind of lost in society now, is the ability to teach our children how to argue and debate and get to the hearts of matters and actually come to solutions. We're always waiting for other people to give us the solutions, and then when we don't get the solutions we want, we complain. So I think we need to start taking a little bit more accountability, and I think that's something that we need to change, not just with our children, but even within our adult population. We need to start educating people on how our political process works, actually. And I think even by doing that, we'll be able to help maybe get rid of some of the voter apathy out there, and get people more encouraged to vote. I know, well, a lot of people, especially right now, are feeling pretty hopeless, and a lot of these government mandates that are coming out are definitely against our constitutional rights. There's lots of things that are happening that people are struggling with. People are losing their businesses, and they feel powerless. But really, we really aren't. I think if we stand up more in one voice and stand up and support each other when we do, I think we'll be able to get through this. But one of the things I'd like to talk about is teaching actually not just our children, but people in general, about how our provincial system is set up. So most parties actually have constituency associations, and until I even got involved in politics, I actually didn't realize that what it meant to be a member of a party and how that could affect me and my ability to have more of a say in politics. I always just thought my say was stopped at voting. I just looked up the candidate, did some research, and figured out who I wanted to vote for. And there's things that we can be doing in between elections to help support the candidates that we want, or even trying to choose the candidates that we want. And I think that's one thing I didn't realize before, and I wish I had known this 20 years ago. So for those of you that aren't really familiar with the structure of how provincial parties are usually set up, we have things called constituency associations, and every constituency, which is our 87 areas where we run a candidate, they all have a board that helps the MLA candidate get, they help them with the fundraising, they help with managing the business, or managing the association, managing volunteers, managing their communications, things like that. And as a member, whether you're a board member or just a general member of a party, you actually have the right to vote in who your MLA candidate is. And I think that's a thing that lots of people don't know, and I wish more people did, because I think you would be more involved in your community if you actually knew what kind of power you actually had. So I would like to encourage people to learn a little bit more about their board and their constituency associations for every party, or any party that aligns with their values, and ask their constituency association questions. Ask them, in the next election, when their board meetings are, because as a member of any party, you have the right to go to your constituency association's board meetings, and you have the right to vote on candidates. You get the right to vote on specific issues, not all issues, but and then if you become a member of the board, you actually get to vote on your constituency association for motions going forward and things like that. So if you've ever been involved in even a sports board, it works really similar to that. And I think it would be, like I said, I think if people understood that a little bit more, and they knew how much more of a say they would have in politics, I think they would be more involved. I also wanted to put out a message out there that we really need to start voting our conscience. We have to stop getting over this fear of vote splitting, things like that. I think if we all just voted for what we believed in and voted for something instead of against things, we would probably feel far more empowered, because right now we feel powerless and we feel like we're always voting against someone instead of for someone. I think we could put the parties in power that can make real change if we actually voted for those parties that we believed in. And that's the thing, is we end up getting stuck with the same old, because we don't vote for something. We're always voting against something. And it always feels like we're, and that's just, I don't know. I just don't feel like that's a good energy to be putting out there. I think we have to be voting for our conscience. We have to be voting for the parties and the candidates that align with our values. And regardless of splitting the vote, I just don't think that's possible if everybody started voting for something instead of against something. Yeah, what else did I want to talk about? Oh, I want to talk to you guys about having, conversations, within your family, like what's going on, what are the solutions that you feel that could be involved, and communicate those solutions or those ideas that you have with your board, with your party, even with your executive board on the party that you might be a member of. Go to their websites, put in your input, and get your voice heard. Like I said, again, it's just one of those things that can empower you more and have your voice heard. I think that's so important for all of us to start feeling heard and getting your say in. Also volunteer, and not just for political parties. I mean, volunteer in your community, because then you'll actually see what's going on in your community. Get out there, volunteer for, your sports associations, for your community associations, and see what's going on actually in your community. See where the problems are, see where the good things in your community are, and build on those things, and keep your community strong. I think we're all losing touch with our communities. I think it's not the same as it probably was a few years ago when, or even when I was a kid, everyone went to the community to the community association for events and things like that. And we don't do those things as much as we used to. So I would say get out there, whether it's your church, your community association, your sports associations, get involved, make sure that you know what's going on in your community. What are the matters that matter to you? And then in that, figure out some solutions and communicate those things. Become a member of a party, more than one party, and see who you can align with, and then just like I said, just try to get your voice heard a little bit more. So I'll leave it at that. I just really wanted to get a message out there to everyone. I really want to find solutions for voter apathy. I would really love to see a good turnout of voters in 2023 at our new municipal elections. I'd say probably province-wide, we could all use probably a good house cleaning of some people that have just been sitting in positions probably too long, and not that they have never offered anything, but maybe it's time for some fresh blood in these positions, and get some new ideas flowing to help our province and our cities prosper again. For me personally, I would like to make a little shout out to one of the candidates in Calgary. So one of the mayoral candidates in Calgary, Zane Novak. He's I've actually had the honor, privilege, or whatever of meeting him the last couple of weeks, and he's completely in alignment with the things that I believe in. He is for freedom of choice. He has really good business sense. He's been a volunteer in the city for many, many years, and spent a lot of time here doing some really good things for our city. So he's someone that I would like to get behind. And again, that's just my personal feeling. And I've actually, like I said, gone out and met this man, and I think he could do really good things. So he doesn't have the same type of backing that some of the other candidates have by other political parties. So, I just, like I said, if I can help someone who aligns with me, I would love to do that. And I hope if you guys are in alignment with a specific candidate, that you get behind those people and help them out as well, because going through these political campaigns is very hard and very difficult, and especially if you don't have a lot of funding. So I would just like to encourage all of you to get involved at whatever level you can. Make your voices heard, empower yourselves, be accountable, and just know that your voices do matter. And I think that the more we realize that, the more changes we'll be able to make in our cities and in our provinces going forward. So I was just going to open things up. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask them. I'm basically open for questions now. I was also going to talk a little bit too about the upcoming things that are going on with the party still. So this Saturday, I'm going to be heading up to Fort McMurray and talking to some volunteers up there. We're looking to get a constituency association started up in Fort Mac for the by-election, and looking forward to meeting some possible candidates up there. It will be a good few days. So I'm leaving on Saturday. I'll be up there for 3 or 4 days. And so I'm just going to, there we go. Oh, so hi, Carrie. So how do you get involved in a CA? So you become a member. Obviously, that is step number one is become a member. The process after that is basically, showing your interest that you want to be involved. We will obviously have you sign some paperwork, like a non-disclosure, confidentiality agreement. Make sure that you're in alignment. We'll probably do a little bit of vetting. Make sure that you're in alignment with the party's values. Make sure that you're a good fit for us and we're a good fit for you. And then we match you up with some other people in your community that are interested in starting. And once we have a few people that all want to work together and volunteer, then we do a founding meeting. And advertise it, and then you guys will vote in your members, and then you'll be a constituency association. And then after that, basically that's when the real work starts, and you'll go out and start getting memberships and doing fundraising and things like that. And then you'll vote. By the time an election is called, then you'll be ready, hopefully, and have a couple candidates to be running for your MLA. And then you guys will actually have you guys will have the power to vote in who is going to represent your area, and you will get to vote in your MLA candidate. Did that answer your question? So also other upcoming things that we have coming on. So we will be, I unfortunately won't be able to go to the rally here in Calgary this weekend, but we will have, I'm hoping, some members there volunteering that will be running the booth and participating in the rally. We also, what else do we have coming up right now? Right now, that's about it. Our monthly board meeting is this Saturday. That is open to all of the officers of our party. So basically, any member who signs a confidentiality agreement can come, and you don't get voting privileges at the executive level, but you do get to, sometimes voice your opinion and give your opinion on what's going on. So I always encourage people to, if you want to know what's going on at the executive level, please let us know. Become a member. Come sign up your confidentiality and officer agreement, and definitely come and get involved at the executive level and just listen to what's going on, current events, and what we're doing as a party to make independence a reality. So there is a list of CAs in Alberta. You can go to Elections Alberta, actually. It'll have a list of all the CAs, and it has a picture of all the maps and areas that each CA, so there's 87 constituency associations in Alberta that MLAs can run in. So yeah, definitely go to the Elections Alberta website. It will give you all the maps, give you the areas at each constituency association. And if we have one, you will see who the members of the current constituency associations are, because those are registered. Those are registered at that time. So, sorry. There we go. Yeah, so I don't know if there's any other questions out there, but I definitely encourage all of you to go to our website, www.abindependence.com, and check out our party program, check out our FAQ. Also, if you have any questions, you can always email us at comms@ab-independence.com. So for tonight, I will say goodbye, and I look forward to talking to you all next Tuesday. And if you guys have any specific topics you want to talk about, please again reach out, send me a message, let me know what you want to talk about, and if you have any specific questions, let me know if I can answer them beforehand. Anyway, have a great night. It was great speaking with you all, and we will see you next week. Bye for now.